What's up, guys? Very special video today. I'm here with Luna, who I've known for 8+ years, but you guys don't, because she's mostly been behind the camera, making sure all our clients get amazing photos for their social media, for their dating profile. She's also been helping in the role play classes, making sure you get better at conversation and escalation. And she's been a coach inside the social transformation program, helping guys with relationships and sexuality. Also helped out on the infield workshops that we run in various cities. We just wrapped up an amazing workshop here in Warsaw. So, hi Luna.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi guys.
I'm happy to have her here because for today's video topic, which is how to know if a woman is sexually interested in you, it's great to have the female opinion, of course, here. So let's jump into it. Now, this is an important topic because obviously you want to know if a girl is into you. And most guys don't notice it. First of all, they just don't know the triggers and the patterns that women run. And second of all, most guys are overthinking in the moment. They're not aware enough. They're not present enough to notice the kind of signals that a female is sending you. So let's break it down one by one. Let's go into 4 different sections so you next time know if she's into you or not. Sign number 1, consistent physical touch. Now, one thing you just have to realize, women will not touch a guy who they're not attracted to. Okay, maybe it happens one time accidentally, but if she consistently finds opportunities to get physical with you on shoulders and arms and, touching your knee when she makes a joke and stuff like that, it clearly shows that she's not just interested in you on a personal level, but she's attracted to you. She feels a certain sexual energy around you. So I want to ask you, Luna, because obviously you've been on many dates. What do you do when you get attracted to a guy? How do you find ways to touch him? Because women are so much better at that than men.
Yeah, we're just doing it very secretly, hiding our signs. So I think I would go for the rings, the bracelets, something that I can see already, right? So I'll be like, wow, okay. And I would even go for the touch.
As you're pointing it out and you're touching it.
Yes, I'll be expressing how I'm really into it. Or I would ask what does this ring mean?
And you're touching it as
And I would touch it slightly, definitely.
That is interesting. I just had an idea because me as a man, obviously I don't just want to touch a girl because I'm afraid what if she doesn't feel comfortable. Do you as a woman ever have that thought of maybe he doesn't like being touched, or that's not even a question for you? Because guys want to be touched by women.
Maybe they don't even know about it, but they definitely want to be touched.
So you don't worry about that?
I don't.
Okay.
I do have a confidence about it. And I just don't grab it, right? I just slightly touch and I see reaction, right? If he doesn't respond negatively, I would go for it.
Nice. Okay, so those are your pointed stuff. And then what's next? How do you, because I noticed women can be very sensual like this. They when I do it, it sounds kind of mechanical. What's next? What's the other sensual touches where you continue escalating on a guy?
If he's talking about his life, I'll be like, I can't believe it.
And when you do that, it means you're attracted. You don't just do it to a guy you're friendly with.
Yes.
100%, always.
Yes.
Okay. There you have it. So once the girl either points out things on you, right? Maybe a good reason to start wearing rings and bracelets. And she points at stuff, she touches you, or she makes a point and touches you, then she is attracted to you. Sign number 2, eye contact patterns. So in the first example with the touch, it's obviously more in a dating context. Eye contact, we can split up. Does a girl look at you on the street? What does it mean? Does it mean you look weird? Does it mean you look good? Depends, right? And obviously then when she looks at you on a date, how is the eye contact getting stronger? So let's start with on the street. Now, before we even talk about eye contact, I want to talk about the lack of eye contact. I don't want you guys to think that you need eye contact to have permission to approach a girl, right? It's good if you get it, but it's not necessary. In general with this stuff, We call it indicators of interest, IOIs in the pickup days. And a lot of guys are waiting too long to get any attention from the woman to approach. I want to tell you, you have permission to approach even if she doesn't look at you. But let's ask Luna again. Do you ever look at guys on the street, and what does it mean?
I'd say it's been very situational. It's been like, oh, if I had like any kind of hard breakup and the day after I just want to have fun or experiment or, you know,
Some attention.
yeah, get some attention that when I need it the most. So I'll be even staring a little bit longer just to at least like have that, you know, triggering point of the guy coming to me. If the guy's really attractive for me personally, I would be even a little bit more shy. I'll be like that 1 second, I'll be looking. I will be like, just to make sure he saw me looking at him.
So there's a eye-to-eye connection?
Yeah, and then I would let go. I would be like, okay, I give him a sign, it's 1 second, that's it.
Ooh.
He needs to deal with it.
And if he doesn't deal with it, then he will just never see you again.
Yeah, the chance is gone forever.
Wow.
You could create magic, but you lost it.
Okay. Have you been approached before without you looked at him and it was still good?
Absolutely. One of my first relationships, there was a guy who just ran after me and he told me like, yeah, I just needed to say hello to you because I couldn't miss it.
Exactly. So there you have it. Now, let's talk about dates. What does eye contact mean on a date? How does it transition from the beginning until later when it becomes more sexual? Do you purposefully use your eyes then to communicate?
As you said, it's transition from the interest to the sexual intention, correct? So if I want to tell a guy that I'm, you know, sexually attracted to him, I'll be looking at him slightly longer.
Okay.
Yeah, just so he knows that I really like him.
What do you do on a date when it turns out you're not into him? You're like, this is not going anywhere.
Well, I still will try to be very, very polite and try to turn the meeting into fun, but I would definitely not be looking at him right into his eyes. I'll be like looking around, you know, not giving him any kind of signs. No touch, no looking, nothing.
And when you do a deep look, what is he supposed to do with it? Is that a sign for him to acting different, to start escalating? What are you hoping to happen once you give him that strong look?
I definitely want escalation, that's for sure. And that is going to be definitely the test number one for him. Who is he and how he can handle the pressure.
Okay, cool. So it's like, okay, here's your permission. Now go, man. Do your thing.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, good to know. And then what about, so there's eye contact. I heard women sometimes look at the lips.
You put your lips right against the back of my earlobe.
What's up with that? What does that mean?
Well, we obviously don't say on the date that, you know, that, oh my God, you're so attractive. Let's do something about it. We will be very hidden about this. And I guess that will be like a little bit of a push sign to definitely go for the kiss, maybe even later. Or she will be just imagining how it could be with you.
Okay, awesome. That's it for eye contact. Let's move on to sign number 3, the way she dresses. Obviously, the clothing are a great indicator for how much she's into you potentially. And I also want to know, and I'm going to ask Luna in a second, what does a girl do with her appearance during a date to basically signal again, yeah, this is going good, I like this, I want you to continue. So obviously you are way more knowledgeable when it comes to getting ready as a woman. So I want to know, if you go on a date with a guy that you're really into, what do you do differently than, you know, your normal day-to-day life? How do you get ready differently, and how can I notice that?
I think I put like double more effort to everything. I would be sure I look sexy. That's for sure.
Let's go top to bottom.
Oh yeah, the hair will be done, the makeup.
What does done even mean? We are dumb. Guys are dumb. What does done mean? What is different about your
I
hair?
will spend 2 hours on my hair, making the nice hair, and
Like
then
curling it or
curling
straightening it?
Sometimes curling it, sometimes straightening up. It's, you never know. With a woman, it's too hard to predict. I'll do my best makeup. I will make sure it's gonna hold in case he would try to kiss me, so it's not gonna be a stain on his face or somewhere else. And I would definitely put a perfume, my best one, and I would put on my best outfit. Yeah, to kind of impress guy for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then during the date, if you know it's going well, what would you do during the date? Like, I don't know, freshen up something? Do you open up buttons? Like, how do I know as a guy that the date is going well based on how you change or your appearance during the date?
So simply, we can go on a coffee, right? We can be finishing the coffee, and I'll be like, okay, I have to go toilet to refresh my lipstick,
Okay.
to get my lips ready to be kissed.
Wow. Awesome. Anything else?
Also makeup, the dress, I will make sure it's sits good on me and everything is good. Yeah.
So if I notice you touching things up and re-improving them, it's a good sign.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great advice. So I will definitely look out next time when I'm on a date. She's going to the bathroom, if her lips changed, and you should too. So let's move on to sign number 4, the push-pull dynamic. The push-pull dynamic is interesting because it's not as clear, it's not as straightforward as, you know, a woman putting on a nice dress, and that kind of messes with us men's heads. A lot of guys misinterpret it. They think that, you know, a certain variation in how she's communicating with you, maybe she's even teasing you a bit, is a lack of interest. You might take it personal. You might think, oh, she's, you know, nagging me because she doesn't want me. But the opposite is true. Her creating a up and down environment and dynamic in a date is positive. Now, it can be nuanced, it can be subtle, but just remember, as long as she's putting effort into engaging you and triggering you emotionally, it is actually a good sign. So I'm curious, if you're into a guy, I'm sure, I mean, I know you for many years, you know, you are good at testing and calling out bullshit. What are you doing on a date in terms of communication and kind of like making him struggle a bit, or putting a little bit of pressure on him?
Definitely do that. Like, I have to admit, I do it constantly. So just so you guys know, this is the best sign you can get out of it, okay? If the girl is testing you, like poking you here and trying to get to your weak place, this is the best sign ever, right? Because she's really interested in your personality. Yeah, so she wants to find out who you are. Are you the person that you're trying to appear? Yeah, because a lot of the guys are thinking, I need to show my best, I need to pretend, and a lot of the girls just see it, like, I think on the empathetic level. I don't know how to correct. We basically feel it. So we do want to test out you. So how would I test a guy as example? Well, first of all, I'm not gonna go for social media. I will go into Instagram and I'll be like looking how many followers does he has, or what kind of pictures does he has there. And for example, if he's gonna have a lot of followers because he's handsome, I'll be like, so you have a lot of attention, huh? Like, how do you deal with that? You know, I'll be curious about it. I'll try to call out, like, do you have many lovers or some sort of this kind of thing, or are you trying to have like open relationships? Or
And you do that because you care if he has many lovers, or to see how he reacts to your question?
most likely it's all about reaction. Yeah.
How you want him to react, to stay attracted to him?
Well, I definitely want him to stay very calm on any type of, you know, my provocative question, I would say.
So not irritated, not fighting back, not trying to argue with you, convince you of the opposite.
Oh yeah, no, definitely no, absolutely.
Okay.
Or I would be sharing one of my problems, and if the guy will be like, oh, you should call this number.
He's trying to solve the problem.
He's not even like trying to solve the problem. He's like, you should do this.
He's giving you a manual.
Giving me like advice what to do, but like, please don't do it unless you are able to solve it. So it's another like test for me that I know that he's not the personality that I'm into.
You want a guy who makes your life easier, not who just tells you more stuff to do.
Otherwise, why do I need you?
Yeah. Show about him if he uses this language.
It shows that he's like expecting me to early on invest in the relationship straightforward, as if we would be like equal. Unfortunately, the nature says there is no equality between man and woman, and it's never like, you know, 50-50.
Right, that is interesting. So you're basically testing the guy early. Is he a talker or a doer in a way? Can he make my life better, which is important for a relationship, or is he just going to add more to my plate and just going to make everything my problem? And I can already hear the audience being a little bit triggered about that. I was like, hey, but why me as the man have to work for her, have to solve her problems? And that is a big misconception, I think, in the black pill space of like everything should be equal, and she wants to be powerful, she should solve her own problems, and blah blah blah. It's like, you guys don't get it. For me as a man, it can be very simple to solve a woman's problem, because yes, I am resourceful, I am strategic, I am logical, I am analytical, like you might be as well. What I'm not is sensual. I cannot relax. I'm not so in touch with feminine. I want to relax into her feminine. I want to be more soft. And this is what she provides. So by me solving a problem in a relationship, for example, or even in an early dating concept, I'm freeing up her time, and she can use that time to make me feel good as a man. And that is the exchange. So it's not an equal exact exchange. It's I provide what is easier for me, and she provides what is easier for her. Just wanted to clear that up because it's a tricky topic. And that is exactly what she's looking for when she's doing these tests on the date, right? Just to clarify that here. So as you can see, some of these signals are stronger, some of them are not as clear. The worst you can do as a man with any level of signal is nothing, is not take action, is not continuously escalate. Because first of all, remember, she's here on a date with you. There's a reason she's here. She's somewhat attracted to you. Otherwise, she would have just made an excuse and not show up. So it's your job as a man to move things forward. Even though that's the case, of course, sometimes our physical escalation as men, we still get rejected, right? Like it can seem so amazing, and I'm having a great time with a girl, and we're touching each other's hands, and we have strong eye contact, and she touched up her lips. So everything we talked about in this video is like a green check mark. And then women still sometimes reject the kiss attempt. What's up with that? Clear it up once and for all, please.
Million reasons.
Oh, okay.
It could be, first of all, nothing about you. So that's a big deal. as well. Could be like she has a bad day, she doesn't feel good, I don't know, just not the right time for her. The second thing could be, again, a little test how you can handle.
You want to see how I react when I get rejected.
Obviously.
And why?
I do want to know that you want to try hard to get me.
You like the persistence.
Yes.
And how often should I try to kiss you?
Well, really depends on the vibes on the date, for sure. But definitely you should not stop trying after a first attempt.
Okay.
Definitely.
Right. If all the other signals are good, basically, so if the eye contact is still strong, we touch each other, and you rejected my kiss once, then there's a high chance you want me to try again.
Yes.
And then how do you react if you definitely don't want me to try again?
I will keep the distance, and I will make sure that I have a space to escape.
Okay, makes sense. Any other reasons why you might say no to the kiss? Maybe if it's too public, or what about that? That's interesting, like public kissing versus like in an elevator, or once not in the middle of a restaurant.
That can be also a deal breaker, I think, because that is so intimate that I might prefer to have it somewhere in the cozy, dark, soft place of the cocktail bar, I don't know, some romantic place. And I would want it to be very private, I would think. But you can meet different type of girls, and somebody would really feel goosebumps from having a kiss on the street in the middle of the public space.
Awesome. Okay. Very useful, very insightful. So big takeaway here is you have to make a move. You have to try, right? Of course, step one is notice her signals, be aware, be present in the moment, but then none of that means anything if you don't take action. If you take action and you get rejected, first of all, keep in mind it's kind of like your frame anyway if you got rejected or not. But, let's say she clearly turned away. Don't think this is it forever. Stay calm, stay relaxed. It can be just another test. She can make verbal tests and she can make non-verbal tests. In both cases, it's your job to stay calm, authentic, true masculine, doesn't get irritated and is fighting back or gets nervous or shy in that case. Okay. One last thing I want to say here with this whole attraction thing, and it ties into you have to make a move, is attraction does have an expiration date. A window will open. She might think, I really like this guy. He's cool. And that window closes again, right? I guess it is a turnoff if a guy's too hesitating, if he doesn't make a move.
Absolutely. There were some guys that I've been just dating or going on a date because of the situation that happened in my life. Because I was very open to go on a date. Mm-hmm. And if he would miss that window of time, it will never, ever happen again.
Right. So that's true in the macro of like the days in the year or the weeks in the year where she wants to date. So just fucking ask her out and notice the signals even there. Women give you certain looks on the street, or other women start, watching your stories on Instagram more, putting likes. It's a strong signal that she's like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm open for dating. And that window closes. And then on a date, same. Strong eye contact. She wants you to escalate physically. Maybe that's a few minutes or hours. And if you hesitate too much, it's just like, I'll just go on my phone and call another guy. It's not that late in the night yet. You've done that before, didn't you?
100%. And it's just like, I think it's equal that you're not interested. Like, the more time you take, the more sign you give a girl, you're not so special.
So you feel less attractive if he doesn't escalate on you?
Yes.
Interesting. Last point. Okay, this has been wonderful, very insightful. Hope you guys appreciate it. Put a comment below and say, hi, Luna. If you need help not just with the dating and escalation and attraction and sexuality topics, but even everything that is before, which is your mindsets, your limiting beliefs, your ability to go out on the street, say hi to strangers, start conversations, get their number, and then, yeah, go on dates and escalate. If you need help with that, not on just like a knowledge level, but actually action and implementation, if you want us to keep you accountable and make you do hundreds of approaches, click below for a free consultation call. A few times a week, I go on calls and I help guys create a specific dating plan for them. It's free. Click below, book your call now before it's all booked out. And other than that, thank you, Luna, for coming on.
Thank you for
To
having
many more
me.
videos.
Oh, yes.
Won't be the last one.
Looking forward.
And see you in the next video. Bye.
Ciao. Internal bomb.